Hi, I'm Terry with Burlap Painting, Operations Manager. So today we're on step 3, which is actually getting into the paint. You always want to start from the top down. Almost everything in painting, except for very few exceptions, and we can discuss those later in different videos, you're always going to want to start from the top down, meaning you do your ceilings first. If you have crown molding, at that point you will do your crown molding. If you have, then you paint your trim and then your walls and you come down, and we'll go over that in other steps, but today we're doing our ceilings. As you can see, we have everything covered from day one. We came in, we've done our drywall repair work and everything. Also, when you're doing your drywall repair work, it's also a good time to do your caulking. In this house, we have natural wood trim, and because of that, there's not a lot of caulking that we have to do to this natural wood trim. We got to protect it, but you ain't got to caulk it. Now, if you're in a home with white painted trim, you're always going to want to do your caulking when you're doing your spackle before you start your ceilings, because that is part of the preparation. You will want to do that before you start painting. Today we are on day number 3. We're started rolling out our ceilings, cutting them in. So first we go around the outside perimeter. As you can see, we brush it in. After we brush it in, as the guys are up there with the brushes, they also use the little rollers sometimes just to roll next to their brush with the little rollers. It just makes it easier. As you can see, Javier here is rolling with the 9-inch roller. It just makes it easier, as you can see. That way he doesn't bump the wall, and he gives them a little area to roll into. Now some companies, some people, they skip that step with the little roller. They just brush it in and then they roll up to the brushing. If that's how you do it, that is fine. There's really not a right way or wrong way. It's just when you're on higher, bigger ceilings, it does make it a little easier on your roller man if you give him a nice wide section to roll into. If you just got a little small section, it's going to make it a lot harder on him. So as you can see, these ceilings are quite dark. They were previously a brown color, and the customer, of course, is wanting to brighten this house up with all this dark wood trim and the dark wood floors, which you can't see right now, but she wants to brighten it up a little bit. So all the ceilings are going to go a bright white. We are using the Benjamin Moore Premium Ceiling Paint. It's a great paint for coverage. It is their premium product, so we always encourage customers to use the best of the best, whether you're using Benjamin Moore or Sherwin-Williams. I always encourage customers, use the top products. You get what you pay for, buy the best. It's going to make your job look better, it's going to last a lot longer, and in the end, you're going to have a happy customer. As you can see, we've started on the first coat. We're going to, after completing this first coat, we're going to let this dry for approximately 4 to 6 hours. And if we can today, we'll try to get a second coat. If not, we may have to do a second coat tomorrow. Always want to make sure you leave 4 to 6 hours for dry time, depending on the product, humidity, and temp. That can all play into that. Also, after your first coat, this is what we do. I like for my guys to go around and do a double checkout on the spackle and drywall. Sometimes it's easy to miss stuff on that first go around, and until you get paint over top of some of these patches, you don't know what they're going to look like. So if there's any nail pops at this time, if there's any more nicks, you're going to want to repair those, sand them, and spot prime them, getting ready for your second final coat. So that's real important. We prefer to use flashlights. We'll put lights up there to double check that. Another good thing to do is sand between coats. If you sanded your ceilings, which we did, before you start painting, it's going to leave a nice smooth finish for your first coat. But even after your first coat, it's wise, maybe go ahead and sand them again. Just ensure if there was any kind of boogers or hairs or anything in that roller that you're sanding that out, making sure that this substrate, which is the ceiling at this time, is perfectly smooth. All drywall, all patches have been repaired. That way, when you put a final coat on the ceiling, that's exactly what it is. It is a final coat. No reason to come back to have to fix any patches or anything like that. It should be smooth, it should be fixed, it should be final. So this is day 3, working on ceilings. Day 4, we're going to go over that tomorrow. may still be on ceilings, but hopefully we'll be getting started on walls. And so day 4 or step 4, tomorrow we'll be going over what we need to do to get walls going. One last thing, and I know a lot of people say, look up there and say, oh no, you got ceiling paint all over your wall. I've had a lot of customers and I've had a lot of people mention this to me before. It is okay at this point. We are painting walls, so at this point it doesn't pay to waste a bunch of time cutting an upside down line trying to make that perfect. We purposely flare the ceiling paint onto the wall because we're going to get our straight lines with our wall paint. We are not going to try to get them with the ceiling paint, number 1. You should only have to cut lines one time, not with your ceiling and with your wall. Number 2, it's just going to make it a whole lot easier to cut a good straight line when you've made sure that you got your ceiling paint flared all the way down. So don't waste your time trying to cut a straight line on this step. Go ahead, flare it down onto the walls. We will cut a straight line later. So that's it for day 3, which is the ceiling day. Tomorrow we will go over walls. Thank you.